right now. LGD just probably need a maybe hero to.
Did you see Lil's Weaver yesterday?
I know, but this is Faceless.
This is Faceless. Okay.
I think I agree with you on all those points. I think the one good thing that they have about it is it does kind of allow them to have a strong dual lane support with the Weaver. He can try to zone Slaughter, Withdrawer at least.
And we've got the last one. All locked in.
Big difference when you suddenly have 150 gold that you otherwise wouldn't normally get.
I'm going to make a bit of a go here on the mid lane. Sentry's down, so Jabs will see this coming, but it's questionable how much you can do in reaction there. RTP's coming through, the rest of the team trying to turn up and help him out. Jabs will be dropped though. First blood picked up by XZ. He's trying to get himself out as well on the Ricky. Jumps across. The bug is on him though. He's not going to be able to get it off in time. XZ will fall in return. Victoria also taken down as well as XY, able to clean up a double kill in return for the fact that LGD did find that first chunk of money on top of the Blightstone.
He needs to do well too, because Dusa's going to have all the time where she needs to catch up. She's struggling on CS, and that's a big problem for them.
Top lane Black in a bit of trouble here, actually getting the wraparound, and Arme jumping in with Jazing. They've found one. Can they actually get a second? That's the question. Actually, in fact, yeah. Jikuchi's still on cooldown, of course, just level 1. Yeah, Arme getting, as you said, just all the space and having all the dominance in that top lane that he needs. Bottom lane, XZ and Jazing, they've got their eyes onto Ice. A lot of ways they can catch them themselves. I mean, if maybe he's able to come in and set up with an Astral, there's potential for a kill here, maybe. With the Invis rune, being able to close the gap very nicely. That's going to allow Jijing to come in with the follow-up crush. Have they got the damage to bring him down, though? He'll have a Firefly ending. That'll do it. Beautiful timing there from LGD.
Reliably get farm, but Jabs just has been forced back into the jungle. He can't lane against the OD right now, and this is a big concern for Faceless.
Down bottom, XY coming to interrupt this, but they've got eyes on him here, and XY is in a lot of trouble. He's taken down for that play. Ice has come in with the lasso, trying to do something about Jijing, who's desperately getting himself away with the stick charges in the backup of Victoria. Jijing should be fine. Oh boy, he messes up. He goes back into the Firefly. Bit of a misplay there from the Slardar, costing him his life. LGD are making sure that they could try and find the favorable J, but Ice, he seems to be outplaying them. He's got a double kill. Arme's falling low as well in the Firefly. Will jump across and finally finish off Ice. But a little bit of a mess there from LGD as they lose 2 heroes' lives in the attempt to take down Ice. And just kind of hugging close to the creep wave here, trying to find that final bit of XP to tip him over the edge to get that time lapse on. And indeed, LGD very much looking to fight him nuts. He'll show himself.
Yeah, he'll scout him out, and that sentry ward will see the Ricky as well. Puts down, there we go, sentry on both sides.
Now he's going to make it going onto the Ogre with the amplified damage. As tanky as he is, he's still almost certainly going to melt. That Astral will finish him off. Ult from the Ricky here as they hold their position in the midst of it all, but they're looking to surround the Slardar. Jijing will be taken down in return. Jabs is actually going to be able to find XZ as well as he turns up to the fight to back up the rest of his side of Faceless. And they will take the trade there, 2 for 1.
Sentries for one thing, rather than having to buy sentry after sentry, you just spend money on that gem. The main thing is not losing it, since there's going to be a big gold swing if you buy the gem and give it to the other team, and they can get huge value out of it.
And they're back into the pit here, Faceless, trying to finish this one off. They've got to be careful. Jijing has got the blink of the crush. Jumps, he gets the 2-man crush off. Immediately responds to Ice with the lasso, but it's taken off. Victoria with a false promise onto XZ. Jijing trying to get himself out, but the damage from the drow looks to be nearly too much. He's kept alive, but the Fate Seeding stopping the damage. He survives, and his Faceless losing 3 as maybe is turning up and absolutely pounding them to pieces. They've got the Astral onto Ice. He's stuck in the cloud. Double kill for maybe as LGD take down 4 and move back into the pit. And some very, very nice play there from Victoria, keeping both Jijing and XZ alive with that Oracle performance.
It's not totally all over, as mentioned. Faceless are looking to just play for that late game. They'll be able to defend their high ground pretty well with the Medusa on the front lines with Stone Gaze. Ice, once he gets a 4-star, he's getting picked off though for now. He needs that 4-star.
XZ jumping in.
By the 4-star.
Jijing is
had
there
the money.
to back up.
Yeah, the Firefly gave him the money for it, but didn't manage to buy it in time.
Oh, maybe
Black's turning it around though.
Yeah, he should be able to get Jijing actually by the... Oh no, the smoke screen.
Oh.
JK, they don't have detection though for Black. Black will be able to Shadow Blade as well. Jabs going for the Stone Gaze, TP out. He will make it.
I think XY really wants to finish the Ag Scepter on Weaver. That's going to be his kind of game-changing item. He's got the Ogre Club. I just don't see a BKB really making that big a difference, as much as it's a nice item against an OD.
He's getting a good grab here onto Arme. See if they've got the damage to bring him down. They'll have to do it twice, of course. He's already down to half health, but Victoria's there in the neighborhood. And as we're seeing, just
doesn't even need the false promise.
Yeah, the damage is not there. In fact, they want to jump back in. On the side of it, they found Black. Black immediately initiated on the Sanity's Eclipse coming through. XY out of mana, has to get himself away from this fight. They've lost one. Nuts is trying for the TP out. It's not going to be successful as Arme, with the crit, chops him down. Ice maybe seeing if he can get a jump in lasso. Back off cooldown. if he could start the fight here with something big, it'd be pretty absolutely paramount for them to get a defense. There's the jump in, it's a good one. They grab the Oracle, but immediately Arme's there to back up the Oracle. Jumps in, chops him down. The Riki coming through as well, forcing FL to split. Arme jumping forward, looking for XY. He's trying to get more out of this, but the turnaround, potentially there from Faceless as they turn, take their attention towards Arme, bring him down once. Then bring him down a second time, that's the question, and the answer probably is not. And maybe able to get XZ though. False promise for Victoria. They're in time with the urn. On and the heal should be enough. He blinks away. Jabs moving forward with the Stone Gate, trying to catch some more stragglers of LGD. It looks like their heals weren't enough at the end of the day for XZ. Riki to fall. XY continuing to chase down, looking for Victoria. Arme still in the neighborhood. XY, he can play around with this. That's a time lapse as well. Oh, Arme jumps in with the bash, but he did cast the Shikuchi off in time. Only getting bashed up there in the fade time. And no detection, of course, on the PA. So
I'll take it. I mean, they're in that position where they're now playing that LGD role where it's defending your high ground for as long as possible in the hopes that your carries can get those late game core items they need.
But talking about carries and late games, Jabs is getting absolutely hammered on by maybe. Black will turn up and actually looking to turn, but Jing's there, jumps in with a two-man crush. Ice turning up as well. And it's a bit of a full-scale fight though as Arme continues to focus his attention towards Jabs. Jabs falling low. Actually, Jabs surviving for the last bit of time. Finally goes down there as Arme jumps forward, and now Black and Ice is potentially in trouble as well. Black trying to get himself out into the safety of the trees. They're not safe at all as LGD move in, claim a second. And this time, in this trade, it's back to business for LGD. They lose nothing.
Only LGD, this time around, they will break through the high ground. They will get the melee racks in.
They need something big here, Faceless. And it's going to be so hard as well. Maybe he's just picked up a full AC. He's got so much armor.
Yeah, that's absolutely absurd. He recognizes the threat. The only way he dies is physical damage.
Once Jing following through again. XZ's jumping. They get a two-man crush. Jabs will move forward with the Stone Gaze. LGD back up for the time being. They get a good discuss onto XZ. Take down one. Arme. And the daggers again will blink forward onto Nuts. Jing again coming in on the top with a two-man crush. Ice will have the lasso onto maybe, but Victoria's there with the false promise, saving him. Ice taken down. It's a painful trip back to base as Faceless again losing 3. Will be back up again by the looks of it for one more fight, but they've already lost the full set of racks up top. It looks like they will lose the mid one as well. And potentially one more fight in it for them, but not if they lose the Medusa like this. They immediately jump in for Jing. Arme, the Sanity's Eclipse from maybe, hammering down onto Faceless' heads.
Jabs just could never finish his core items. He ends the game with 4k gold, but he has Lincoln's Yasha at 35 minutes in. That's not going to cut it. Obviously, he could have had like the Manta style or something like this part of the Scotty to work on, but LGD got too far ahead. They hit their timings. They won that first big fight. I mean, this game,
that fight around the Roche.
Yeah, that first Roche fight is the one fight that you look at as far as
and they know it. The only person they could potentially kill is Lil, but Lil's walking around with a Blink Dagger and a freaking Point Burst, or he's almost completed an Aghanim Scepter.
I don't think they can kill Lil. I don't think they can kill anyone with it. 2 Force Staff, they have the Butterfly.
They have to try. At least they get like a Luna to fight for their cause. That's one small upside.
This is a fight you know you're going to lose if you hook shot in. Like, you know you're probably going to get team wiped unless...
But he's going to be the space creation, right?
No. The
AUI! He goes in with the anti-destruction. It went the same time as Ben initiated. Solo is at least isolated here, but with the Force Staff and Burrow striking from Pasha, he caught Savage, he caught Rose, and MP are completely caught. Pasha will come in. That Epicenter, it still wasn't even used, but no one does so much damage. The Butterfly, AUI can't even hit it right now. No one is untouchable. And you got MSS trapped on the front lines. Buybacks are coming in from MP, but this feels like desperation. MP blinks forward, no one waits, and then 2 hits down the SD, moves on to Envy. It's a rampage, and it really is the game. AUI is stranded between everything. The only upside is the fact it's only a Luna and a TA. The downside is it's the Luna and the TA. They're still alive for Virtus Pro. So AUI tries to be a man, but it's just not manly enough. Too many rampages, and MP will lose their first game to Virtus Pro 2-0 in an insanely convincing fashion.
So we just got
Virtus Pro
5 rampages by the same person in 2 games. 5.
Yep.
That's pretty... Yeah.
He did have a lot of space though. Like if you look at the VP